Okay, let's talk about migration files. A migration file is simply a Python file that contains um, a class called migration, and within this class we have some properties. We can have an initial property set to true, which is conditional. Not all migrations should have an initial attribute. We also have two compulsory attributes, mandatory attributes such as dependencies, which is an array, and we also have the operation that contains a set of operations that a migration will be executing um, on the schema editor class to apply our migration. So let's look at the Django migration file structure. As you can see, a migration file is just like it's just a Python class that extend migration from migration, coming from django.db. And one thing we need to return about migration file is that we have two main properties. We have a dependencies and we have operation. A dependency array is a property, is an attribute that specify all the dependency for this particular migration file. So as you can see, once we have the initial equal true, we cannot have a dependency because initial implies that this is the first migration for the current application for customer. The first migration is this migration 0001 initial. So the operation is an array that's return different operation that the migration file will be executing in our schema, in our database. For instance, in this particular case, we have the create model operation, which creates a table called customer, and with fields such as ID, first name, last name, and age. To create a new migration for customer, we can just go back on model and create our date of birth. The one we delete earlier, date of birth, model. We can like a dates, name that as a dates field, null equal true. Yeah, that's all. There is no default on dates field. We don't want to put a dates field here. So that's the way database should be. It should be a dates field. Okay. Now we can migrate customer, make migration. Customer. Okay, we have a new record, a new migration record. You just click on folder migration and we have a new record 002. And as we can see the difference between the initial migration file, which has a property name initial set to true, and the subsequent migration file, which doesn't have a property initial. However, you can see the dependency as a tuple, which pass the name of the app, and the second value in the tuple is the dependence or the migration that's, or this current migration is, which is the 001. So that's pretty much the way we can understand about migration. But when we be talking about the data migration, we look at different property that we can use to create our migration manually and how to make it more advanced. To make it simple, to create a migration file simple manually, you need to make sure you have a property dependency, which may be empty if you have an initial migration, and also another property called operation that lists all the operation relating to this migration.